Do you think you know Doctor Strange? Well, here's some things you may not have known about the 14th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The idea for a Doctor Strange film has been around since the 70s. In 1978, Marvel created a television film hoping to capitalize on the popularity of The Incredible Hulk and Amazing Spider-Man TV shows. There was another Doctor Strange film planned for 1986 and continued to enter various stages of production and many different companies securing the rights over the years. At one point, Wes Craven was attached to write and direct a film in the 90s. The mysticism of the film really connected with Benedict Cumberbatch. In his youth, he took a year off to teach at a Tibetan Buddhist monastery in Darjeeling, India. Mads Mikkelsen's makeup took 2 to 3 hours every day to apply. Screenwriter Robert C. Cargill found the character of the Ancient One very difficult to write. He compared it to the Kobayashi Maru, the training exercise in Star Trek that presents cadets with a no-win situation. He and Marvel were accused of whitewashing the character by casting Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One. The character in the comics is a Tibetan man, which, if done on screen, would invoke a Fu Manchu trope and involve the film in a Tibetan sovereignty debate. He and director Scott Derrickson discussed reworking the character as an Asian woman, but casting an older Asian actress would play into the Dragon Lady stereotype, and a younger Asian woman could be perceived as exploiting Asian fetish. Derrickson said, quote, "I wasn't going to perpetuate that stereotype, and it would make it all about a Western character coming to Asia to learn about being Asian. It was a minefield. I needed an actress who could be domineering, secretive, ethereal, enigmatic, and mystical. Tilda Swinton. She's above all of us. It suddenly made sense." However, after all of this, many still criticized it as whitewashing. Derrickson said on the decision, quote, "Asians have been whitewashed and stereotyped in American cinema for over a century, and people should be mad or nothing will change. What I did was the lesser of two evils, but it's still an evil."
You're a man looking at the world through a keyhole, and you've spent your whole life trying to widen that keyhole, to see more, to know more. And now, on hearing that it can be widened in ways you can't imagine, you reject the possibility.
Benedict Cumberbatch also portrays uncredited Dormammu, one of the main villains of the film. He and Derrickson enjoyed the idea of Cumberbatch portraying, quote, "an ultra-inflated version of Strange." In order to show Marvel how interested he was in directing the film, he wrote a 12-page treatment, made a series of storyboards, created his own concept art, and an animatic which he pitched during a 90-minute meeting. Creating the animatic cost him, quote, "an obnoxious amount of money, but it all seemed to have paid off since Marvel chose him over several other directors." When deciding who should play Doctor Strange, Marvel had considered many actors, including Joaquin Phoenix, Jared Leto, Ethan Hawke, Oscar Isaac, Ewan McGregor, Matthew McConaughey, Jake Gyllenhaal, Colin Farrell, Keanu Reeves, and Ryan Gosling.
You used to love coming to those things with me. We had fun together.
No, you had fun. They weren't about us, they were about you.
Not only about me.
Steven, everything is about you.
The working title for Doctor Strange to keep shooting under wraps was Checkmate. Dan Harmon, creator of Community and Rick and Morty, wrote some script analysis and dialogue work for the film, but director Scott Dickerson said it wasn't enough to receive a writing credit. The mid-credit scene was written and directed by Thor Ragnarok director Taika Waititi. Stan Lee's cameo was directed by James Gunn and was shot on the set of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And here's a bonus one. While composer Michael Giacchino was recording the score at Abbey Road Studio, Sir Paul McCartney stopped by and said that one of the musical cues reminded him of the Beatles song, "I Am the Walrus." Giacchino said, quote, "It will be forever one of my favorite things."
If a volume from this collection should be stolen, you'll be dead before you ever left the compound.
Any late fees I should know about maiming, perhaps?
That's it for this episode of You Think You Know Movies. Make sure to subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and get the latest movie and TV news on ScreenCrush.com.